Alex from Cosmic Skeptic called Muhammad Hijab's shameless dishonesties out in the debate Alex had with Hijab about 2 years ago. Alex, however, did it gracefully and very good points. Now, link is in the description. What does Hijab do? The butthurt piece of work makes desperate attempts to belittle Alex whenever possible, and it's just miserable to watch. I will talk about this one video where Hijab, along with Sabur, try to bash Alex's other video, where Alex is having a discussion with Dr. William Lane Craig, making it clear that Hijab lacks any form of dignity, as concepts such as civility and humility are beyond his level of understanding. Just a quick flashback. In the Alex versus Hijab debate, Hijab quoted Alex quoting someone else, but asserting that it was what Alex believed.
I'm beginning to get the impression that Muhammad Hijab wants me to justify my claim that the universe began to exist out of nothing. Okay, slight problem with that. I never said that.
Hijab said Alex claims that the universe came from nothing. Ex nihilo.
Ex nihilo. Ex nihilo.
Let's jump to the main video.
The reason you can't say that only universes can come into being out of nothing is because nothing doesn't have any properties, and so therefore can't have a kind of preference for universes over other things.
Yeah.
My response to that was to say, what if the necessity of it being a universe is not a property of the nothing, but a property of the thing? And let me explain myself. For example, if we human beings create a circle, it has to be round, right? We can't create a square circle.
Right.
But that's not due to a property of us. That's due to a property of the circle, right? So in the same way, although nothing has no properties and so can't prefer universes, what if it can only... What if only universes can come from nothing because of a property of the universe, not because of a property of nothing?
Right.
Here Alex is presenting a possibility by saying, what if? In any intellectual discourse, and not a debate, it is common for people to present random ideas and test them. It does not mean that it is what the person or those people actually are convinced of or what their personal point of view is. They're just testing hypotheses, ideas, and different possibilities.
Okay, before his response, isn't that like the opposite of what happened during the debate? During the debate, he said that you're putting words in my mouth.
No, Sabur, it's not the opposite of what happened in the debate. Universe coming out of nothing was never an active claim that Alex made. Like explained before, even with Dr. Craig, he is presenting a what-if scenario in order to tickle different ideas and test them. And he's not presenting his own claim or what he's actually convinced of. Either you're oblivious to how discussions work, or you're just being dishonest.
Well, let's watch what he says in the subsequent
debate review.
Yeah, let's see what he says in the debate review.
Okay, I'm beginning to get the impression that Muhammad Hijab wants me to justify my claim that the universe began to exist out of nothing. Okay, slight problem with that. I never said that. Muhammad Hijab has quoted me quoting someone else's belief, quoting a belief that I don't agree with, and is claiming that I was making that claim.
So that's quite interesting, because he's obviously making a point that you're attacking a straw man in the debate. He didn't say that. And then you actually quoted something and he said, no, I didn't say that.
Okay.
And here he's actually making it very clear that that is a potential answer out of whatever argument William Lane Craig was making. What do you make of that?
Potential answer? More like exploration of possibilities. Well, I take it back. You're probably not oblivious to how arguments work, Sabur. You actually are being dishonest.
I don't know. I genuinely don't know what this guy is about, because I don't. What the hell is this? Why would he even put that after having made this massive video? Yeah, seriously, this massive video saying, "Oh, he misrepresented me, misquoted me." I don't believe that. Laughing at my.
Because you did misrepresent him then, just like you're misrepresenting him here again.
Why would you then go and say the same thing to William Lane Craig, of all people in the world, yeah, who's seen as one of the masters of the Kalam cosmological argument in the West. He knows what you're saying. He understood it the way I understood it. And then he proceeds to destroying.
Yeah, and let's see his response actually. He had a very interesting response.
That's due to a property of the circle. Right?
Yeah.
So in the same way, although nothing has no properties and so can't prefer universes, what if it can only... What if only universes can come from nothing because of a property of the universe, not because of a property of nothing?
Right. That is exactly what you would have to say, because as you say, properties only inhere in existing things. Beings have properties, not non-being. So you'd have to say it's an inherent property of the universe that it can spring into existence without a cause.
He's finding it hard.
It sounds absurd.
It doesn't exist.
Did you hear that? It is difficult to hear what Alex just said over the probable deliberate donkey laugh to suppress what Alex just said. Reminiscent to Alex's mic being muted in the Alex versus Hijab debate, where his voice also got suppressed.
But those wives from whom you fear arrogance, first advise them, then, if they persist, forsake them in bed, and finally, strike them.
Here, have a listen to it again.
It sounds absurd.
It's absurd. Alex does not associate himself with the notion. He clearly presented a possibility in order to explore it with an intellect such as Dr. William Lane Craig. It's not what he believes.
Doesn't exist. Come into existence
He's finding it really
without a
hard to
cause
contain
because it
himself.
has a property after it's into existence.
It sounds strange, but the reason why I think it's useful to think in those terms, or at least of the possibility of it happening, is because specifically the objection that why don't things pop into existence all the time? I suppose what I'm trying to do is make at least a far-fetched case. I'm trying to show at least a possibility that things could come into existence out of nothing, and yet by definition we'd be incapable of witnessing it. So maybe things do come into existence out of nothing all the time, but because these are
this guy's taking the sorry to this guy's joking.
Of course, a person like you would think that if someone is having a civil discussion with an honest attempt to test different potential options, would be that he's joking.
He's saying things come out of existence. This guy. He's making the case.
No. But he is saying it's far-fetched. Yeah, he's saying, look.
But why are you saying that then? If it's far-fetched.
Why is he saying it's far-fetched? Well, I don't know. Maybe, and just maybe, he's exercising intellectual discourse and being honest about the potential options he's presenting, but does not personally subscribe to them.
Because it's a potential. It's a potential. Isn't it?
Why is it a potential?
It is a potential because in philosophy, everything is on the table and everything is up for dissection. That is philosophy 101, but I think you're incapable of understanding even the basics. Well, even Sabur couldn't help himself but to try to correct here.
That something comes to existence of nothing all the time. You just made a whole video saying that was misrepresentation.
Yeah. But watch this. Carol,
Go on.
watch this. I love Craig's response.
We'll never be able to observe it. We'll never be able to see it.
Let me commend you for your method, Alex.
That's a roasting.
That's a roasting.
By pushing these questions, what you help the atheist to see is the intellectual price tag
Yes.
of his atheism. And I think that's very valuable. One of the goals of
Bro, this is too funny, man. This is too funny.
Christian apologist.
Wait.
Yes, wait. What just happened? Let's watch it again.
By pushing these questions, what you help the atheist to see is the intellectual price tag
Yes.
of his atheism.
Sabur thinks it's a roast. In fact, it is the acknowledgement of Dr. William Lane Craig that well-informed atheists can afford the intellectual price tag. Unlike our brother Hijab, who would rather depend on an ancient cult when it comes to intellect, atheists do have an intellectual price tag, as the need to think beyond dogma and indoctrination, something that many theists lack, as theists do not need to think on their own, and there is no intellectual price tag as they can just subscribe to a random ancient book with questionable morals and a lot of fallacies. Brain-dead sheeps can be theists. It requires critical thinking and intellectual price tag to break the shackles of indoctrination and dogma.
Well, that's a roasting. That's a roasting.
You see how he's like, he's 40, he's getting praised, isn't it? It's like, yes. And then he goes, oh, he's atheism. And then he thought, oh damn, what? This guy's humiliating me.
Raise the intellectual price tag of non-belief. And if...
Look at this humiliation, look at this embarrassment. Look at that embarrassment there.
This is not what embarrassment looks like. When you failed miserably while quoting a chapter from Mill's book, when you were having a debate with Alex, and one of the audience members corrected you, your reaction is what embarrassment looks like.
Okay, yes, my friend.
No, it's important. It's
It's
important.
Okay.
Alex's reaction is of agreement, not embarrassment. Watching Hijab's desperate attempts to belittle others that have way more knowledge that he can ever have is cringeworthy. Do check out the link where Alex exposes him on dishonesty, comment controlling, live debate, video tampering.
Let's watch that again.
Allah says in the Quran, He says,
Okay, so there appears to be some kind of cut.
And then he threatens and blackmail others indirectly.
and I know you live in Oxford, bro, and you know the Cowley Street is all Muslim. Cowley area, that's all Muslim area. So it's a Muslim, I'm not saying majority, but it's a so you don't want to make enemies in your area.
Well, that's all from my side, and if you like my effort, please give my video a like and subscribe to my channel. Ryan out.